Hey there, are you a first-time home buyer? Never bought real estate before in your life? Well, in this video, I want to talk to you about the process, the terminology, and some questions that you should always be asking. My name is Tracy Goodwin, and I'm a realtor here in Chilliwack. I've been selling and buying homes here for almost a decade, and I work with Century 21 Creekside Realty. Hey, throughout the video, if you have any questions, put them in the comments below, or you can text me 604-997-6505, or at any time you can always email me to tracygoodwinrealtor@gmail.com. Okay, so let's talk about budget first. Be realistic with your budget. Gone are the days of negotiating a home and getting it for under asking price. Today, everything goes above the listing price that you see on MLS first. So when you have a budget, don't be looking at things that are $50 or $100 or $200,000 over what you can afford, because you're not going to get those homes. If you're smart, you're looking at about, depending on your budget, but 10 to 20% less than what your actual budget is, okay? Right now, the average condo is selling at $400,000. The average townhome is selling at $630,000, and the average single-family detached home, non-strata, is selling for just over $1 million. So, and everything is going above ask, right? And multiple offer situations and all kinds of other situations involved in that, and I'll get into it in a bit. But my point here is be realistic with your budget. If you're shopping above and then you're looking at things, you get discouraged, and that causes people to back away and not want to get into the market. But you can get in there. You just have to be smart and you have to be diligent. Be realistic. Know what you want in a home. Know what your family needs. How many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, square footage, location, like proximity to your schools, your work and shopping, yard size, parking. That kind of stuff is really important. Things you can't really change once you move into a house. Updates, new kitchen, white kitchen, older windows, furnace, that kind of stuff can be updated once you move in. But those basics are really important when you're first shopping online for your home, for your next home, for your first home. Today's market is really fast-paced. Everything goes very quickly today. So the homes that are being offered on today, this week, are from buyers that have been preparing for 3 to 6 months, maybe even longer. They know what the market conditions are like. They've got a pre-approval from their bank. They actually have a number. They've submitted documents. Their bank knows everything about them. They've gone and looked at homes physically and gone to open houses and stuff like that. They've discussed the offering process with their realtor, and hopefully you'll choose me as your realtor. And they know what conditions are. They know they've got their deposit in order already, and they've been saving for a long time. They know what subject free means. They know what completion costs are. They know what closing dates are. So they've been preparing for quite a while. So when you look at homes on the market today and you see stuff you like and you put it in your favorites, next week you go back and you open up that file, those homes are sold and they go very quickly. So be prepared. And I'm going to teach you all about the things I just talked about as we go through the video. So this next piece is going to be a little touchy, but it's the truth. Sellers don't care about you. They care about the largest offer, the biggest deposit, the least amount of subjects, and a quick completion, or at least the completion dates that match their needs. They don't care about anything else because there's hundreds of buyers out there right now. It's not the type of market where they have to negotiate anything with anybody. That might have hurt your feelings, but it's the truth. But the person that does care about you is your real estate agent. So make sure that you are open and honest and always having good conversations and asking questions. Your real estate agent is the one that's going to take really good care of you. Do you know what conditions are in an offer? Well, they're the subjects. And there's generally 5 of them that are pretty standard. First one is financing. You take the offer that you've just submitted to the seller and you take a copy of that to your bank. Make sure that this is the house that your bank will approve you for. The second one is you get an inspection. You hire a professional to come in and check all the components of the house and make sure that this house isn't going to cost you thousands of dollars after you move in. The third one is review the title. Make sure that the person that's actually selling the house is on the title, and a property disclosure statement filled out by the seller. And they talk about all the components of the house and what they know about them. The third one is fire and property insurance. You want to make sure that you can get approved for this home, and the insurance broker will want to know all the components of the home. They'll talk about the windows, the roof, the furnace, the age of the home, and the plumbing and the wiring, stuff like that. And you'll find out all that information once you have the offer in hand. And the next one, if it's a strata, like a townhouse or a condo or a freehold strata property, you're going to get all the strata documents. You're going to get the minutes for 2 years. You're going to read through the minutes. You're going to read through the financial statement and the budget and the insurance, the depreciation report. It's going to tell you all about the history of the complex or the building, and so that you get familiar with exactly what you're putting in the offer on. So there's those 5 things that are normally put in any offer, but today a lot of people are going in subject free, which is dangerous, but that's the way that you're winning bids nowadays. And I don't agree with it, but it is tending to be the way of the world. A lot of sellers are allowing at least 5 days or a week for financing, but every offer is different. Also, you'll need to know your closing costs. So your lawyer is going to cost you between $1,000 and $1,500. You're going to have to pay property transfer tax, which is 1% on the first $200,000 and 2% on the rest under 3 million, or is it 2 million? 2 million. And any other costs like your reconnection fees, your moving fees. If it's a brand new house, you'll have to pay GST, stuff like that. So be aware of those kinds of things in an offer. Okay, so let's summarize it all up in a nutshell. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to get a pre-approval. You can get a pre-approval online and have a rough idea of how much you can afford and start shopping around, get a feel for the market, right? Get your toes wet. And then once you get more serious, go to the bank or a mortgage broker and submit all the documentation that they're going to ask you for. And that's going to be like a little formula, and it's going to, narrow down everything, and it's going to give you a more finite number that you can actually shop with. And then the next thing you do is you research the market a bit more, and you go physically look at some homes and start seeing what's really out there, and what it's like to have a north facing yard or a brand new kitchen, or what a fixer-upper might look like. Get a good feel of that physically. Maybe go see some open houses, stuff like that. And then the offering stage is when most of the stress starts coming in. So be familiar with your realtor. Always ask questions, and there's a lot of paperwork that needs to be done and signatures. Take the time to read through it and know what you're doing so that you're not stressed out and you don't feel pressured. And then once you actually place an offer, and then there's, if you've done a subject-free offer, you'll have to have your deposit in within 24 to 48 hours, and then it's a done deal. But if you have a couple weeks for subject removal, maybe a week, then get all those other things that I just talked about previously, get all those in order, and then get your deposit together and get ready to call it sold. And then your closing. And a closing can be anywhere from 30 days to 60 days to 90 days. And in today's market, some closing dates are even longer. I hope you found that helpful. And if you have any more questions or you want to talk to me a little bit more about the process, you can call me at 604-997-6505. Email tracygoodwinrealtor@gmail.com. If you like the video, put some comments in, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel.